In the 19th century, India was going through a drastic change. As the power of the Mughals was waning, the British, French, Portuguese, the Marathas, and the Sikhs were fighting for dominance in India. During this period of upheaval, a young girl named Lakshmi Bai was growing up in the courts of Maratha with Peshwa Baji Rao II, the heir to the Maratha throne, and Tatya Tope, a close family friend. Lakshmi Bai learned sword fighting, horseback riding, and even wrestling with Peshwa Baji Rao and Tatya Tope. Little did she know how important these childhood sports would help her in her future. During this time, East India Company, a company of British traders, was strengthening their influence as third-party negotiators to solve disputes between feuding dynasties and kingdoms. In return for their services, they were given lands and contracts by the kings. Lakshmi Bai married Raja Gangadhar Rao, the ruler of Jhansi. By this time, the British East India Company had an important role in the court of Jhansi, as the king paid the British troops to solve the problem of bandits and minimize tensions in the state by bringing in a third, neutral party. The king and the queen of Jhansi welcomed the birth of their first child, the heir to the throne of Jhansi. However, their happiness was short-lived, as their only child died under mysterious circumstances. After the death of his son, who was believed to be poisoned, the king fell into a state of severe depression. At the advice of his court, and noting his precarious health, Gangadhar Rao adopted Damodar Rao, a young child from the extended family, as an heir, a common practice among the Hindu rulers. Shortly after that, the king passed away. The East India Company troops, who were already stationed in Jhansi, saw an opportunity to gain control of a strategically located kingdom, with a young queen and an even younger heir. Thus, they refused to accept Damodar Rao as the rightful heir, and decided that Jhansi should now become part of the British territory, as there was no ruler to protect the general public. In the beginning, Rani Lakshmi Bai was infuriated and refused to accept this. However, later, she accepted the British pension, offered in lieu of the control of the state, to simply gain some time to prepare her army. She quietly organized her army, sought help from other rulers, planted her spies, and trained the first women's army. However, the British suspected Rani's activities and decided to thwart her by a surprise attack on Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai led her army into the battlefield, with her little son tied to her back. At the end of the 12th day of battle, Rani escaped with her trusted members of court to seek help from her childhood friend, Peshwa. Since Jhansi was already controlled by the British, Peshwa and Rani decided to capture the fort of a neighboring kingdom, Gwalior, to gain strategic advantage against the British. They succeeded. However, the young king of Gwalior asked for British help to regain his kingdom. Thus emboldened, the British army attacked the fort of Gwalior. Rani and Peshwa led their joint armies against the British in this last battle. Rani was targeted and surrounded by British soldiers, where one soldier sliced her face and the other ripped her abdomen. Hey! Rani died, but the freedom struggle continued. At the end of this revolt, East India Company lost its power, and Queen Victoria was proclaimed sovereign of India. This freedom struggle ended in 1947, the year India finally got her independence.